God.
Live on the Golden Square podcast.
Ooh, this is Linda. This is Barry. And when you come to the round table, you square off the court. Square
off at the round table. Remember that I was down here today.
I was looking a little crazy, but
hey everybody, welcome
back
to the Golden Square podcast, 7 Central, which makes it now 7
Central.
02.
All right, whatever he says. But anyway, hi everybody, how are you? I'm Linda Scott.
And I'm Barry Barnes.
And we are your host and co-host, and we're ready and excited
for what we have in store.
Yeah.
But before we go any further, we have to talk about Linda's Day.
Yeah.
How was it, kiddo?
It was absolutely everything.
And what made it that? Because you laid around all day?
Because I laid around all day. I was tired. My body wouldn't get up. I was tired. I rest.
No, you travel. You're doing so many things. You need to rest every now and then.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Thank you. How was
and
your
you
day?
Look rested.
I do?
Yeah.
I feel it.
You got a high ponytail. Your skin looks good. You're feeling some kind of way.
I'm feeling some kind of way.
You feeling beautiful?
You want to take me out tonight?
Yes, I do.
Are you serious?
I do.
We never go out.
We're going out tonight.
Are you gonna take me out for real?
Take you out tonight.
Y'all
we're gonna do the show and then we're gonna make a little run and see a few people and laugh with some friends. And there's the birthday that we want to celebrate. Dominique Gwynn from TSU is her birthday's today, and we're gonna go have a little cocktail, adult conversation and fun. So
okay, all right. So
no kids.
Let's get to your day so we can get the show started. Then we can end up going.
Rush the hour. Okay, so calm down.
All right.
It's not gonna make anything go any faster.
No faster.
No faster.
It's all good.
Speaking of my day,
yes.
Every day that I wake up on this side of the dirt, I'm good.
Every day?
Every day that I wake
that
I wake up on this side, I'm actually fantastic. So I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have good friends. I'm happy to hang out with you guys every Thursday. So my life is pretty on the good side, if I might say.
He's on that good foot. Oh, you said a good side. All right, I told y'all I feel really good.
You can't help yourself. She's just crazy. Really just crazy. Is the heat enough for you?
That's probably what made me so tired.
Mm-hmm.
How are we bearing 100+ degrees?
I think one thing that we should do for sure is please people make sure that you're drinking ample enough water every day. You have to multiply with your intake already.
Yeah.
And for those of you who say, I don't like water. Okay, then we're going to come to your funeral. We promise. We promise we're coming. Okay?
I promise. I have like a closet just for funerals.
Right. And we really don't want to go to that part of this.
And I don't want to use that one.
People drink your water. It's going to be okay. Hold your nose if you have to, but
those kids drink just as much water as you, if not more.
So they got to drink water and make sure they're wearing that sunscreen.
Yeah.
Just because we have this gorgeous melanin, it doesn't mean that we can't get cancer. So let's make sure that we're protecting ourselves, especially our skin.
But you know what? When I was growing up, that was a long time ago, and I don't need nobody else to say anything about it. But when I was growing up, my mother didn't let us go outside until after.
You said that.
I want to say after 5, but we knew it was after 6. Because the sun was going down and, all of that stuff. So we couldn't go out during the day. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because I don't have skin cancer. My siblings don't. And we're grateful for that. And I don't wish that on anyone. So I think we need to get control over our kids and that sun. That sun is a beast.
Well, and there's protection. As I said, sunscreen, light gauze long sleeve, which is a beautiful and comfortable look for kids as well as adults. So there are many ways, but that direct sunlight can be an issue from time to time, and we just need to be conscious of it.
Please,
every chance you get, you need to, get
drink
some shade. Drink the water constantly, but find that shade. Just like the seniors do a beautiful thing, I believe. Now, they're taking advantage of all the malls by making sure they get their steps in inside the mall. And just for you guys who don't know, the malls are open, before the stores open, which is a good time to walk. So if you need to walk because they are conscious of how hot it is. So they're allowing people to come in, especially seniors, to come in and do your little walk and get your exercise in and air conditioning.
You're so sweet. That was good advice. So we need you all to take his advice. Go to the mall before it opens. Drink plenty of water, long sleeves, and enjoy the day. And we'll see you next Thursday. Oh, not yet.
She kind of rushed it. She did the show. She thought she did the show, but no, you didn't.
It's great advice.
And speaking of advice, our show today is nothing but good financial advice. We have a guest today who is like spot on in the financial industry and is very clear and very dedicated to assuring that families understand the financial side of life. I like that, the financial side of life.
That's good.
Because that was good.
And on top of all of that, it is at a period where we're taking Black Wall Street back.
Correct.
We're opening the doors and going through them. And she would advise us on how to go through them correctly. So this is a great day for this show.
Yeah, it's the perfect time. We're living in a time that it's
needed.
Right, very choppy, especially when it comes. I mean, gas is almost $4.
$6,900.
For 1 gallon.
Right.
And you need at least 10.
At least.
Right. So, and then food prices are so crazy right now. And let's not even talk about clothes, because for us, fortunately, we have more than enough when it comes to fashion. However, food, gas, transportation, lodging, and fashion, that's too much.
But then we don't have any kids, so that even makes it worse for you guys.
No, not kids. We don't have any children.
Oh,
that's
we don't
different.
have any babies.
Right, that's different.
Yeah,
we have kids that are grown.
Yeah, we do have
and
kids.
they take care of themselves.
And we don't. They do.
To some degree.
Right. So we don't have any babies or toddlers or kids that are in school. How about that part?
That's good.
That's it. That's no kids in school. Woo. But those nieces and nephews. All right. So we all in trouble. We all need help.
And we got somebody on today
to do that.
who's going to enlighten us on what avenues and how we get to maneuver through the minutia of finance.
Yeah.
So without further ado.
Yeah, there we go. So our producer, Madam President, Madam Producer, we'll go ahead and bring in our guest right now. Hey, Mary, how are you? Oh, hey,
hello,
Mary. That was the old, the people sitting on the okay. God, you're an old Mary. Okay, so hey, Miss Mary, how are you?
I'm well. How are you guys doing?
Great. For those who are turning in and turning on for the moment, we have the lovely Miss Mary Johns, who is a financial guru, and who's going to take us on a journey today to let us know what we need to do, how we need to do it, and when it comes to dollars and cents, she's got all the information.
You got it right. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here.
Okay. So now, you know what I would like to do, Mary? I would like for you to tell our viewers a little bit more about you before we get into where we're going.
Okay, sure. A little bit about me. I've been in the financial industry for about 14 years. Came into the industry just curious, looking for, something in the form of insurance. And then I got interested in it. And my background, I was in the airline industry for over 30 years. That's how I met Linda. So, but I love flying. I was a flight attendant for 24 years. And I just knew it's something else out there that I wanted to do. I grew up in country town in Alabama. My dad was a businessman, so I just was always curious about business, and in the financial industry was always in the back of my mind. I dabbled a little bit in law. I was a paralegal, So I did, a couple things, but this financial industry and educating people about money, I love it because I found that there's a need for it. And and that's where I am today, and sharing information, putting together plans for people, and just living life and loving it.
We love
All
that.
right, that's
So
awesome.
we see you have a BS from Tuskegee and business administration.
Yes.
How does that help in the direction you're going in? And what actually from business administration led you to finance? How did you land there?
What landed me to finance? I guess I went all the way around. I was looking for just life insurance. I was a flight attendant, and I knew I wasn't going to be a flight attendant forever. And the coverage that I had was going to end if I ever left. And I said, okay, I'm getting older and I know I need something. So somebody heard me talk about it at church, and a young lady brought another lady to my house, and she just shared these concepts. And this organization was on a campaign at the time to educate, 500,000 people. And I said, hey, I want to do it. I want to join. And before that, 10 years before that, I had gotten licensed. But I didn't do a lot with my license, which is a life insurance license to help kids get money for college. So I only did it for like a year, but I kept my license. And I was just waiting for the right opportunity. And I couldn't pass up this opportunity to share the information about educating people how to build their financial foundation, because I knew mine was on the way, but a little shaky. And this platform gave me that opportunity to do that. And that's where I am right now, because it has afforded me to do a lot, help a lot of families. But in helping those families, I was helping myself all along, building my own financial foundation. So,
Okay.
yes.
So let me ask a very important question while we're talking about this money thing, finances. How does money work?
How does money work? That's
Yeah.
a great question. So a lot of times it's not about how it works, it's why. Why do you want it to work for you? Because it's next to air. We need it. Every time we go out of the house, when we wake up, we don't even leave the bed and we're on our phones, we're buying something. So how it works is, it just depends on what you want out of it. Where do you want to start? And you have to start in building your house. And in building your house, you start with a financial foundation. So how it's going to work for you is you need a number. What's your number? When I first came in the organization, they say, hey, what's your number? Is it 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? So when you reach for that goal, and then because everybody else has a number, these financial institutions, they have a number. Or if you don't have a number, someone will have a number for you. So, and then when you find out what your number is, then you're going to get different types of financial concepts to get you to your number. There's tons of products. I'm not going to even mention different products, because that's going to come and go, but you have to get the basics to get you to your number. And there's some concepts that will get you there. And we have workshops for those. But the basic thing is why. Okay. There's a lot of hows you can get to it. How you do this is a lot of different ways. A lot of different people will tell you a lot of different things. But why? Why would you want to do something? Or why would you want to know your number? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. So what are the basics that we should be striving for to get to that point?
Okay, the basics. So you start with a proper protection. You are your most valuable asset. So your foundation is proper protection. Let me ask you a question. Do you have car insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
You protected in case somebody hits you, right? because
Correct.
you don't want to come out of your pocket. You want to leverage somebody else. So why not protect yourself?
So what does financial protection look like?
Financial protection looks like proper protection looks like how much money are you bringing into your home? What are you worth? So you want to ensure what you're worth. Let's say, for example, if you make, I'll just say $100,000. So you want 10 times your income to insure yourself, 10 times your income, which is $1 million. So that's proper protection in case you die too soon. What if? What if you live a long time?
What
Then,
if?
yeah, what if? What if you have a disability in between? So you're going to take that $1 million and replace your income that you're bringing into your home. Just like you have homeowners insurance. We even have cell phone insurance. We insure our jewelry, you know. So that's your financial foundation protection, you know, and no matter who you are, you know, how much you have.
The fear, Mary. I think it's fear, intimidation when we start talking about money, and how would you help us pass those fears or intimidation?
Well, just like we're doing now, talking about it, you know, every day we're bombarded, you know, here in, just say here in America, right here in your community. I'll just start with your own community.
Right.
You know, we're consumers. So we talk about it all the time. You know, we talk about, oh, I ate at this restaurant. It was so good. Or I went and saw this movie. The movie was good. Or I have a great pair of shoes. So all of that ties to money. So you're already talking about it. So why not talk about something that's going to be of value to you and make it better for you in the future, or make it better for you right now? So that's why it's important, because we are like I said, we are a consumer society. Everything says buy me, spend me, and then where do you draw the line? You know, it's nothing wrong with it, because I you know, I partake in it as well, you know.
So when you talk about fixed incomes and you talk about low incomes, how do you start the process of getting to that $1 million, if you will? I mean,
Right.
It's damn near that we're living off of check to check.
Right.
How do we get from that mentality to being a little bit more comfortable, or making a journey to get to a comfort zone?
Well, fixed income, low income, you need more income. You need to learn how to, I tell people, it depends on the individual where what you already have. Like a low income, lots of bills, you need to decrease your spending some type of way and increase your income. You know, whether or not you find out a place how to be self-employed somewhere or find another job, you need to make more income. There's only two ways to increase your wealth: is make more income or decrease your spending. You know, it sounds easy, and it is. When I first came, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I first came and started in this organization, you know, I thought I had a lot of bills, but I didn't, but I did. And I didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't have a whole lot of savings. But over time, you know, you didn't get where you are by just overnight. So it takes some time. Over time, you stop spending, and then you start increasing your emergency fund or savings. And then eventually, you know, I became debt free. You know, it took a while, but I became debt free, and now I do whatever I buy, I'm going to pay for it cash. But it's not overnight.
It takes
So
planning.
Exactly.
Yeah, it takes planning.
And then
And
those
part
tiny
of that
things.
planning is the question I have is, what's the difference between the budget, so if we're budgeting, as you said, to check, and building? So with those two B's, what's the difference in them? Because I know I just want
Budget and
to
building. Well, you could do it at the same time. You can have a plan, which is budgeting. It's all making a plan, and you do that every 6 months. You can do it. I do it every year. I look at different things, reevaluate where can I save, because the people, when they're struggling financially, they can look at, they don't do it overnight. Like I said, it's the tiny little things that will lead to a huge struggle later if you don't take care of the tiny little things. And I can give you an example, like small things like subscriptions, Netflix, Uber Eats, Prime, Amazon, all of those small little things.
But we don't.
So are you saying get rid of Netflix?
And
I'm not saying that, but I'm just letting you know small things will lead to bigger struggle. So if you can eliminate something and say, do I need it? I'm not saying get rid of it, but do you need it? Like when I first started, I had this young man in the business. He used to tell us, you need to get rid of your cable. And I was like, I'm not getting rid of my cable. Eventually I did, because I found out, I wasn't watching it. Correct. I can only watch one thing. And now I may not even watch the news, but once a week, or I know how to, but I can read. So it's just small things that will lead to big expenses later. All of those subscriptions will add up to, like, let's say $200 a month. That $200 a month can go to your emergency fund, or you can pay off a bigger piece of debt.
Yeah, and then I know people who have cable, $600-700 a month.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy for me now, not for them, because apparently they can afford it. But not either the cable, the Uber Eats, all these things. Yeah. And I think that's maturity in us, because now we're at that stage where we can do without cable or the TV or things like that. The Uber Eats, now I never understood that. Now that's just me speaking. I'm not saying to nobody to stop doing it or whatever, but I don't understand it, and I think that's crazy. That would probably be the first thing I would cut. Well, I can't cut it.
And the thing is that everybody is different. So in every situation, everybody I talk to, they're different, because those small little things will lead to, like I say, will eventually grow into a mountain.
Yeah.
If you don't watch it or be careful, $12 here, $13 here. I'm talking small things, but what if it was $120 or $1,020? It could lead up to that, because if you are putting away, let's say $120 or $100 every month for small things, over time, that's $1,200 a year. Then 5 years, you're going to $5,700, $5,000 over time, then $25,000 over time. So, but you can put that somewhere, and that can be your emergency fund.
Right.
So it's just small things.
We have, I'm saying we as in us and the viewers, we have kids. And it took me a moment to get to this point, because I didn't understand it when my parents were saying, hey, no, you don't need that. But how do we teach our kids the importance of money? Because we do give them a lot of stuff. How do we take that and make it advantage for them?
Well, you can show them. You can teach them by showing them, talking to them, and giving them responsibility. Hey, okay, say here, that's one way. Here's $100. I'm going to show you. Okay, I tied. So take 10%, you put it here, and you can take 10% and pay your tithes. Or if you don't, give it to a charity or pay yourself double, 20%, and then you can spend the rest. But don't, like long time ago, my parents say, hey, don't spend it all in one place, but save some for later. So you're teaching them as they grow, and then, you're teaching them the value. Of course, it's going to take time, as so with me, because my parents only taught me what they know. And most parents don't know anything now to teach their kids. They first have to learn themselves. So because if my parents had known what I know now about money, I would probably be a millionaire.
That's
multi-millionaire. I say multi-millionaire. So, but they taught me what they knew. And if you don't know what to teach your child, then they're going to have the same habits, and it's going to become a cycle. And then they're not going to know what to teach their kids. So you have to start somewhere. Somebody has to, and it's over time. Because
so credit cards, how detrimental are they in finance? I mean, are they a help or a hindrance?
Yeah.
Well, today, they are a help in a way if you pay them off every month. So
if you said the word was
if you pay it off every month, it helps you because you can do so. You can gain points. I gain points, but I don't like paying interest. Interest that's a whole nother category that you're gonna buy. Let's say you buy something and you're gonna buy interest. That it compounds. So you can take compound interest and let it work for you on your behalf. And that's how banks make money, through credit cards. That's how they make most of their money now. It's like 25% interest on your credit. Like I say, we're consumers. All the other countries around the world, like I've traveled all over the world, they don't have credit. Everything people buy over, let's say in a different country, I'll say Africa, they purchase it outright. You see somebody driving a car, they pay cash. They pay for their car cash. They have a home over there. They pay cash for their homes. Over here in America, we have credit. You can buy it and pay later. It's good. If you're going to pay it and have good credit and establish, some credit to buy a home for later, of course, it's a good thing. I think so. But we don't do a good job of managing it. We end up paying double. If you're going to charge now people have $30,000 in credit. And they're going to end up paying $100,000 because of compound interest, and it's going to work against them. If that makes sense to you. So
would you recommend, and this is just me and you, cutting up them credit cards and trying to learn how to use cash more?
Yeah, I would pay it off. Pay it off and use it. Some people use it as an emergency. Some people use it every day like nothing, because if they give you $5,000, you pay that off, they're going to keep raising it and raising it. You just have to be disciplined. It comes with discipline.
Okay.
Because if you're going to pay more, like you go out and charge $1,000, let's say buy a suit, $1,000, but the suit might costing you, it might be on sale for $1,000, but you're going to end up paying $2,000 with interest. So it's not on sale anymore.
With the credit card.
That makes sense. So it's nothing wrong with credit if you know how.
Just being responsible.
Responsible for it. And it takes time. You didn't do it overnight. I've been there. So I've been there. I've had credit cards. Soon as I pay it down and I got $200 left on it, I'm
take
running
it back
to the
up.
store. Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
You know, people don't know if you're not taught, and you just don't know. So, but we do have classes for that. How to get people out of debt, how you can do it yourself. You can do a debt roll-up method. It's in our workshop. We have 6 workshops, and that's one of our workshops that we have every day. And they can learn how to get out of debt themselves.
And the we to that is the National Financial Literacy
Campaign. Yes, we're on a National Financial Literacy Campaign to educate 30 million families by 2030. And our organization, the reason we can do that, it's a huge organization of 70,000 licensed agents who are out there educating people. And we have these workshops. They're live every day, 3 times a day, except for Wednesdays. It's just one time, and it's at 1 o'clock, 7
So what do
o'clock,
you think the biggest we are facing right now? What are we facing? What's the biggest challenge?
I think we are facing how to build the structure, and then how to protect the structure. Protecting the structure. Transferring our wealth. Because every generation that passes away, then the next generation has to start over.
So okay, I'm glad you said passed away.
Yes.
How do we protect that generation behind me? Once I leave, I left debt to my children. How do I fix that? Because when I leave, I want to leave them something.
Right. You want to leave them wealth instead of debt.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible said that houses and wealth are inherited from your parents. But a prudent wife is from the Lord. So that's like Proverbs 19:14. So it's all in the Bible. So we're supposed to leave an inheritance for our children.
How do we fix that? How do we fix that? Yeah,
education.
Because I'm dying one day, 100 years from now, and so does that go with the wills and the trust funds and all that? How do we fix this, Mary? That's what I want to know. So I'll make sure I'm on the right track for my kids.
Right. Well, a lot of times people thinking that wills and trust is for the wealthy. And it's not. It's for anybody who has $5. Because even the wealthy, they fail as well. Prince did not have a will or a trust. Michael Jackson, Chadman Boseman, he married on his deathbed. But those things is like, why we should do it is because you don't want what you work for somebody else to be in control after you pass away. You want to be able to control it while you are here and when you have gone. Yeah, when the good Lord calls us home, you want to be able to control it from the grave. That's what I'll say. So yeah. And you have to have a plan. Start with a plan and get with a professional, an attorney or somebody. I'm not an attorney, but I always tell people, let's make a plan. Who do you want, in charge? What do you have? Bank accounts, making sure that your bank accounts that have the right names on them, PODs on all of your, making sure that, if you've been married before, blended families, making sure your insurance policies has the right beneficiaries. So all of those things will come into play in having a plan. And it's not sexy, but that's what I try to do. Make it fun, make it sexy, and talking about it, because people think it's morbid. They don't want to hear it. but
Right.
it's a conversation that you're going to have. I say you do it now, or it's going to come up later.
Exactly.
Right. And then you won't be here to talk about it.
No.
Then you won't be able to talk about it.
No,
Well, you know,
you
I wanted
won't.
Barry to have all my shoes, and you can't tell that story because
Right.
it's not written
And
anywhere.
it ends up your legacy becomes debt.
Death. Yeah. Yes.
Debt.
Exactly.
Yep, and debt. Yes, you want to pay. You don't want to pass on debt. We want to pass on a legacy. You know, you want your name to be remembered. You know, me, I'm single.
Be remembered, you know,
I
listening
don't
all
have
this.
any kids.
Okay. So, but how do we
do it?
how do we pass that? Because, and again, I'm talking about myself. I've tried talking that with my boys. You know, this is how I want things. Well, verbally, I'm saying this is what I want. This is how this should go. But the first thing one of them said to me was, I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, but I'm not going to live forever. And I need you to know my wishes and, you know, what should happen and what's going to happen for you or with you, you know, where I'm leaving this kind of stuff at. What's the conversation that's easy? I don't know if it's easy.
What's the conversation that needs to be had?
Yeah.
Right. You're already having the conversation because you're telling him now. And you can continue to keep telling him, although he does not want to hear it, just continue to talk to him and write it down, get it in writing and make it formal. Get you a will, a trust, and put it in writing and say, here's the documents. You know, if he still refuses, you know, you put someone else in charge and make sure he gets it. But still, you're talking to him. And eventually he will talk. So because we did this, my mother did the same thing for like, I'll say 15 years before she passed. She's been passed 10 years ago. It's been 10 years. So 10 years, I'll say 10 years before she passed, she started talking to all of us every time we would come home for Christmas. Her and my father. My father's been passed away for 16 years. But every year they would gather us for Christmas, and my mother would say, here's my policies. This is what I have. This is who's going to be in charge. And they told us that every year, whether we wanted to hear it or not. So it just depends. Wow. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, and she did, and they took everything out of their name early, very early, put it all in our names and, you know, the house, and then they still rearranged some things. So they did what they knew how to do, and they didn't go as far as telling what to do with the contents in the house. You know, they distribute the land. You know, all of us got land. They distribute that, and one person has the house, but the contents in the house, they didn't tell us what to do with that. They thought we knew how to do that. So those things you have to start early, like you're doing, having the conversation, because, you know, people don't want to hear it because it sounds morbid.
And how early is early for our children to begin these conversations?
Early, I say 18. There's no age. You'll decide for its maturity.
So that part is
you'll decide for its maturity, and I suggest that for young people, especially, to get a will, because if they have children, that's what a will to me was made for. People who have children is to tell the judge who I want to have my children to create a guardianship. That's what wills are for. You know,
my actual question was, how soon should we begin that literacy conversation with our children? Not necessarily the will, but how to manage money, how to create money, how to make sure that we're keeping money for the children on up. because I really wish that mine would have been younger coming up, so I would have a deeper love and lust for more information when it comes to finance. I'm sure that I'm probably one of the worst people in the world when it comes to self-finance, that, I could be a little sloppy. And I just want to know, what would be the age group that you would want to begin those conversations with your children to get them on that path of financial freedom?
Yeah.
Early. Now, early. I would say as early as 5. Because when you have to instill in them early, very early, about money, because everything that they do, everything, daycare, I'm paying this for you. You see this, and you show them, and here in our office, there's a young girl. She was 9. She's 19 now. She's in the business. She graduated from high school in May, and now she has her license, and she is teaching other young people the same thing. But she grew up in this business, seeing her mother and her father bring her to the office, in the evenings and on weekends. And now she just grew up around it. When you surround people with something, it's going to be ingrained in them. So, it doesn't say that they're going to, be perfect, but you are accountable and you are in it. So that means you're going to do better. And when you learn better, you will do better. I think it's early, I think it's very early, as soon as they
and
can
I'm agreeing with you. I think it's early as well because of everything you just said, of teaching them at a young age how not to throw away money. Whereas Barry is older. Barry is older, and he threw away money, and his parents probably was teaching them, us, to be real, teaching them. We just hard-headed and didn't do what they said do until to now that we're older and wiser, more mature of things. My sister and I were just talking today about when my mother passed, and it was like, you're gonna leave all 6 of us here. We how we gonna make it without you? And when we thought about it and we continue to talk to each other in reference to it, she was teaching us. And now it comes back to us saying, oh yeah, that's what mama said do. Back in the day, we just didn't understand what it was because we didn't get the no, sit down and do this, no, sit down and do that. And, at the table, writing out the different checks and, all that kind of stuff. Do they even have checks now that our kids could even learn how to write a check? Well, somebody can't write, so it's it's a lesson that is needed, and we need it right now because of tomorrow. And we're looking forward to being at the top and not the bottom. So it's just a matter of us trying to pull from you, what does it take to teach our kids now, as you said, early, the age of 5? What are we teaching them? How is that?
I suggest you learn yourself and you teach them as well. You learn yourself, because you can't teach your children something that you don't learn. You have not learned, or you have not gone through, or if this is what we're going to do. Let's make a plan. Let's have a budget. This is how much money we're going to spend today or this week. You can just start by small things, not big things, or you can show them, hey, this is what we're spending on our mortgage. This is our car note, and this is how much we have left. And this is what we're going to save. But I always tell people, take your money off the top. If you work 40 hours every day, you go and punch in a clock, you pay yourself the first hour every day. I'm taking that money, putting it away, and you can teach your children that. Hey, I'm going to work and I'm going to pay myself the first hour every day. So if we can learn these concepts in our community, is much needed, because that wealth gap is so far away.
Yeah.
The wealth gap, there's 1% that owns the majority of the wealth. And then there's the 50% has been on the bottom for a long time. There's a wealth gap chart that we have, and we show that it's been on line just straight for the last 30 years, but the wealth 1% has increased, and now you have somebody that's a trillionaire. So it's mind-boggling how does the poor stay poor and the wealthy keeps getting more wealthier? It's because they learn how to incorporate concepts in their life. That's what it is. And they're always learning the next thing. How can I make more money? How can I save more money? Where are the places can I grow my money? So, but we're always looking for the next latest, greatest car, or the next latest, greatest. When I pay this house off, I want another one to impress somebody who I don't even like, So
exactly.
you just have to change your way of thinking. It's the way we think. That's what I see a lot of times. And if it's not changed right here, it's going to be hard to change in your wallet or your purse.
So do you think banks are being canceled? Are we going to have banks, say, within the next 10 years? 10 years?
If they keep charging these astronomical prices, yes, I think so. I'm not for sure. I don't know. Everybody is saying things are going to go digital. You never can tell. There's a possibility of yes and no. So,
Can you go ahead? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Can you talk a little bit about Bitcoin? Is that real? What is that all about?
I'm not familiar with it. Bitcoin and crypto.
Yes.
It's something that's invisible or digital. I'm not really familiar with it.
And so that's not a part of your teachings.
No, it's not. It's not, because I don't know anything about it. And it's not a part of our platform, digital. No, I did have an experience with it. That's the only thing I can tell you about it. I invested and my money disappeared. But maybe somebody.
And that's what I was waiting for one of you to say.
I'm sorry, but yes.
Yeah, because okay, my opinion, Mary, it ain't no good. The only people that I know and researching about this benefit is the people who already have money, who are taking money from the people who don't have money. So,
right. Well, I don't know. I didn't understand it, and I just did it to help somebody said, "Oh, you do this," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm only going to do it for you because they asked." And then it's money that I didn't need. I could use it, but I'm like, it's at the top. When you're doing your financial foundation, you don't want to invest and you don't have your financial foundation, proper protection.
Yeah.
You don't have an emergency fund. You don't have your debt paid off. Then people want to invest. So that's when you can invest, because your structure is right. So I invested, $1,000. And this person told me, "Hey, I'm responsible for you. If something happens, I'll pay you back. I'll just pay you back." Something, and it did happen, and he paid me back. The money disappeared. So I don't know anything about it. I wish I could talk about it or and say something about it, but I don't know anything about it. there's only 3 places where you can invest your money. That's investments, insurance, and in the bank. Those are 3 investment institutions right now. So you can do the market, you can do insurance, or you can do the bank. The bank your money is safe in the bank. You know, you're taking a risk on your money and investments in the market. And in insurance, it's a for sure thing.
Okay, producer, put that up again because we didn't see it. There we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary. I need to know now, and I need to know I'm getting to work tonight. Thank you, Mary. Can you put that up, Boba? Thank you, Mary. I need to know now. I know I am getting to work tonight.
Okay. So, okay. So, is this
yes?
That,
Absolutely, yes. That's a for sure thing.
Ramona said,
Ramona said she said,
yeah.
I'm going with insurance. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you can do all 3, or it just depends on what your goal is. Does that
so
make
what I'm
sense?
getting out of insurance, what's the investment there? I'm not understanding.
Different ways you can invest in insurance. Of course, it's a for sure return because someone is going to pay you a death benefit. You're going to pass away, and that's going to give you tax-free death benefit. Or you can invest in it. That's how banks make most of their money. They invest in insurance. So you can Google right now, how much money does Chase and Bank of America have in insurance? And that's where all of their money is. So, you know, it just depends on what your goal is.
Okay.
But
we
can talk later. You know, if people want to talk about that later, about how to invest in insurance, you know, you can.
Okay. Well, we didn't even get a chance to do our 2 cents.
I'm sorry. Yes.
No, it's not you. It's not you.
It's
you
so
because you're giving out the information that we need to give to our viewers. Get trust and start your own insurance with your trust. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. See, yeah. So Mary, you've given
There's
them
a lot to talk about. Yeah, it's a lot, you know, different things. I love it. Okay. I love
we definitely gotta have you back.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. I would love to come back. Yes.
No, it's so important that we do this financial thing, and you're just really helping us to understand the importance of what needs to be placed. How often does your organization do workshops, and when is the next one?
Okay, we have workshops every day, Monday through Fridays. This is our proprietary book. It's Saving Your Future book, and we have a workbook, and we have 6 workshops. It comes with the workbook, and all 6 workshops are rotating every day. So it's savings and building wealth, the proper protection, your health, your wealth, investments and strategies. So fulfilling long-term goals. We even have one on a registered Social Security. When can you take it? So different things like that. So there's different workshops, and they're rotating, and you can just take them every day.
How about our viewers? What is that? Do you recommend IUL? Is that what I'm saying? Am I saying it right? Do you recommend IUL?
Yes, that's a type of life insurance policy. It's an index universal life insurance policy. Absolutely. So sure, it's yes. For the right person, yes.
Well, it's come to that time, y'all. We're gonna have to come back. We keep bringing all these people in with this valuable information that's needed.
More than just an hour show.
Yeah. So, Mary, how could they contact you? I see the contact information on the screen. So, you have her phone number. It's very important that we take these classes What? Okay. All right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time for visiting with Barry and I, Miss Mary. And I hope you got something out of this, because we now today needs to learn how to handle our money and let our money work for us. So we're gonna buy back black. We're gonna rebuild our Black Wall Streets, and in order to do that, we have to know how to handle money, and don't let money handle us.
Correct.
Yes.
So we will see them again.
And Mary's email is, can we see that again on the screen one more time? That would be mjfineplan@gmail.com, or you can contact them by 281-772-0516. So if you have any further questions or would like to do those workshops, and those online?
Yes, I will. Yes, you can email me, and then I can put you in the workshops.
See, and people get it together.
In your own home. Yes. On
Zoom. Isn't that beautiful? We need to do that. Y'all need to take advantage. That's 281-772-0516. It's mjfineplan@gmail.com. She is there for you, waiting. So you can pull that thing together, because we need to definitely.
We need it. I hope everybody got something out of this, because I know I did
as well.
You did?
Yeah.
I did.
I want some more information about insurance and how that works.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah. That's my investment.
Okay.
So I need
mine too.
Yours too.
Yeah,
okay, we're ready. We're ready. So Mary, we want to thank you for all your time that you've given us. We know you're a very busy person, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. So until we see Mary again, y'all join us again when?
Thursday.
At what time?
7
p.m. Central?
7 p.m.
Central time? See?
7 p.m. Central time. The Golden Square Podcast, bringing you the hottest and most interesting for any community.
That's it.
People, join us. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're here for another interesting piece of information.
Yes. We're here to help you, so you help us. Right?
Help you.
So, join us. Again, but we'd like for you to like, share, and subscribe.
One more time for the road.
Share, and subscribe. We're here for you. So,
thank you guys for always supporting us.
Always. See you the next time.